Thanks for watching the Council in Brief. I'm Susan Kennedy. We're here with the latest news of the Montgomery County Council. And we start this week with a new bill that stiffens the penalties for illegal dumping. The County Council has unanimously approved the measure, which raises the criminal penalties for littering and illegal dumping to $500 or as much as 5 years in jail. The measure was introduced by council members Nancy Navarro and Craig Rice after both received numerous consistent complaints about illegal dumping throughout their districts.
Well, unfortunately, what we're seeing is these companies that are contracting to remove trash, but in fact, they're not taking it to our local dump. They're actually dumping it in neighborhoods and in commercial areas and in environmentally sensitive areas. And that's creating a tremendous problem for us, not just when it comes to blight in neighborhoods, but also when it comes to environmental concern.
One of the things we have observed in different parts of the county, but particularly came up to my attention in my district, are areas, especially neighborhoods that are very dense, where people started to just, dump things like mattresses or motor oil, things of that nature all throughout. It has an environmental impact that's very negative, and we have actually laws that are against that.
In working through the bill, it was discovered that the county's law was not aligned with state law. This new bill gives the county the ability to enforce littering legislation with state-level penalties. If you are caught littering or dumping, you could get a civil fine of $500 for the first time or receive a criminal penalty like jail time.
That's right, and we want to make that very clear to folks because we want folks to know that, look, if you're going to participate in this, which we don't think that you should, but you definitely don't want to do this in Montgomery County because we're going to certainly make sure that we're prosecuting you to the fullest extent of the law. This is something that's very serious for us, and unfortunately what we're seeing it is in some of our more economically depressed neighborhoods, which also says something about the people that are doing this and thinking that just because there are some of our lower income or poor people that you can therefore do this to them is not right.
I think that's important to have as part of our toolbox. My approach has been to build community and to make sure that we're able to get neighbors, working with neighbors towards enhancing their communities, and through that we have partnered with Impact Silver Spring and Montgomery Housing Partnership because we believe that it's both about prevention but enforcement is important too. And so this particular bill goes to the issue of enforcement and to give our county those tools and have our code enforcement officers, et cetera, to be able to go out there and make sure people understand that if they don't follow the law, there are these penalties and there are consequences.
The council has received 2 reports that take a look at future housing needs in the county. Studies say by the year 2023, 149,000 low-income homes and 82,000 rentals will be needed in the Washington region. Montgomery County is projected to need an additional 15,000 units for households earning 80% or less of the average median income.
Wise planning dictates that we plan for more housing, that we increase the supply of housing. Now that's always controversial because we want to preserve the things that make Montgomery County special. We want to maintain a high quality of life, and of course we need to invest in the necessary infrastructure to serve the people who will be moving in, and that's the job of the County Council, to balance those priorities as we engage in long-term planning.
In light of recent issues in Flint, Michigan, Council President Nancy Florine has requested a briefing on residential lead pipe issues here in Montgomery County. According to the Washington Suburban Sanitary Commission, lead is not present in the water it delivers to residences. In 2005, the WSSC conducted an aggressive search and replacement program for lead service lines.
We've heard a lot of concerns about that coming out of Flint, Michigan, of course, and then other cities have been identified as having lead issues. And I think it's really important for people to understand what's involved. The real issue is stuff in pipes leaching into the water, and whose pipes is relevant, and how do you prevent that leaching, or how do you make sure that the pipes are okay? That's the kind of thing that I hope we'll be talking about on Thursday.
Well, that does it for this edition of the Council in Brief. For County Cable Montgomery, I'm Susan Kennedy. Thanks for watching.